Hello, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host Sean. Kind of a sad day here in Afghanistan. Fitting that I'm working on a Les Paul, my favorite style of guitar. Probably the main reason it's my favorite style is because of Ace Frehley, and I heard of his passing last night, and it's just wow, what an icon. I think he's probably influenced more guitarists than anybody else, and although he may not have been technical all the time, his solos were so fitting and so melodic and such an integral part of each song. Anyway, yeah, I hate that he's gone. Big part of my childhood seems to be gone. But let's move on. We're gonna finish this nice Les Paul right now. This Epiphone Studio. Gonna go ahead and polish these frets first. So you should be able to see the frets are in good shape. We already checked the neck. It's straight now. It had quite a bit of a bow in it when I got it, but it straightened out nicely. As a matter of fact, though, let's just, whoopsie, sorry. Let's just double check it because I did let it sit a couple days to make sure it was gonna stay stable. Yeah, let's go ahead and crank it just a bit. It's got a tiny bit of a bow, not much. I want it to be pretty well completely flat, so that when we put strings on it, it'll have a little bit of relief. But the truss rod seems to be working fine, so it probably just hasn't been adjusted much throughout its life. Just going to do like a quarter turn or so. And we'll check it again. Just about it. Excuse the allergies. Fall gets me. Here in the Ohio Valley, though, I mean, you just never know. Allergy capital of the world, I think. All right, let's see where this gets us. There we go. That's good. Okay, so you guys have seen me do this many times before, but we're going to start by taping up these pickups. Just use painter's tape. Painter's tape's always a good bet on guitars. It doesn't stick to them. Or it does stick, but it's easy to peel off. It doesn't leave any residue. And it works great to protect stuff. And in this instance, we just want to keep any metal shavings out of the pickups, off the pickups too. Because I'm just going to polish these with some 4/0 steel wool. And then we're going to clean the fretboard, clean the guitar a little better, and we're going to condition that fretboard too, so it's dry. There we go. Let's see here. I just need a little piece of 4/0. Doesn't take much. I use these guards. They work great. Get it so you can see. You'll see a big difference in them. And if you've watched my channel, I mean, you've seen me do this a ton of times. These guards don't cost much, and they protect the fretboard. Although you can use this 4/0 to clean the fretboard if it's really bad. Honestly, the guitar is pretty dirty. The fretboard isn't too bad. It's got some finger marks, but nothing. I don't think there's anything I really need to worry about too much. I mean, there's a huge difference there between those two frets. See if you can see it. Hopefully the camera will pick up the difference. See how shiny that one is compared to that one. And not only is that going to look better, I mean, aesthetics are yeah, well, they are important, but the playability is the important thing. It's going to make it play much better, smoother bends, just smoother playing in general. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to polish all these. There's no reason for you to watch it. I'll be right back. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, those are all done. I'm going to vacuum it up. If you have headphones on, this might be a little loud. Anytime I use steel wool or files, I vacuum immediately. Keeps anything from getting contaminated, and you know, honestly, just keeping your workspace clean and obstacle free minimizes the chance of harming an instrument, scratching it anyway. Man, those frets look great. All right, so let's clean this fretboard first. These pickups are pretty pitted. I don't know if there's much I can do about that. We'll see. I mean, they work fine. But yeah, first things first, let me just try to clean this. I use this Dunlop 65. I really like that polish. It's polish and cleaner. Lasts a long time too. My one of my best friends, Dale, got it for me years ago, like maybe 2 years ago, for my birthday. And I mean, I use it a lot, and it's lasted a long time. With that, you know, I don't clean my guitars and basses a whole lot. I wipe them down regularly, so they don't really need to be super cleaned. But and I don't use a lot of it. I just spray a little on the rag. Yeah, that's not dirt. That's just play wear. I am not going to. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with the play wear. I could sand that out, but it's minimal. Let's just clean some of this up better. Eh, I think this guitar is going to be nice and happy. Nice and happy. It deserves some love. Again, this is one of the Korean-made Epiphones, and they're pretty sought after. They're well made. They sound good. Mine is very similar to this. I have a Korean-made Epiphone Studio. I did some mods to it. Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge, and a 57, 50, whatever the Seymour Duncan is. I want to say 57 Classic, but I think that's a Gibson pickup. But Seymour Duncan in the bridges, or in the neck as well. And I put some Kluson tuners, Kluson style tuners, which this already had. Mine did not. And I put a bone nut on it. The nut was really messed up on mine. All right, this looks tremendously better already. I'm just going to wipe this down. Okay, that's fairly clean. I mean, it could use a real deep cleaning, trust me, but I'm not going to do that. I did tighten the strap buttons too, which I did off camera. A couple spots here. I want to try to. Clean up, but it's only going to come so clean. Then we're going to hydrate this this fretboard. All right. I think I've done what I can do there. Okay. So again, that Dunlop 65, this is the fretboard oil. And then once we let this soak in, we'll just clean off the excess. We'll string it up. I want to check the nut height. Might have to file it some. I'm not sure, honestly. I didn't really check the setup before I took the strings off. On rosewood and ebony boards, I usually try to hydrate them about once a year on all my guitars. Depending on where you live, though, you may need to do it more or less. It's pretty humid here in Louisville, Kentucky, so once a year seems to do fine. But it's not just the outside humidity, it's inside too. So this stuff smells great too. I love it. Then spread it around some to some of the spots it's hard to get. Okay. We're going to let that soak in, and that's soaking in. I'm going to try to clean Clean this bridge some. Just get it a little better. This is it's an Epiphone bridge, you know, it's okay. It does have the retainer ring, which is nice, so your saddles don't fall out. But I'm not going to do anything fancy on this. I'm just going to get it wiped off. And when you hydrate your board, honestly, it just depends on how dry it is. It's only going to soak up what it needs. So usually if you let it sit for about 5 minutes or so, that's good. If it's really, really dry, you know, maybe 10. I've never really seen one that needed much more than that, but your results could vary there for sure. All right, that's not perfect, but it's going to get us there. Now let's take a look at this tail piece. Yeah, clean that up some too. And again, just a standard Epiphone tail piece. Looks to be in good shape. The bridge doesn't look like it is. Actually, it's in good shape. Sometimes these things collapse, you know, over time, but it doesn't look like it has at all. So that's good. Just less things to worry about. And I think that's pretty good. It's pretty well soaked in. And all I'm going to do, I really just kind of lightly go over it and wipe off any excess. All right, that looks good. Let's string this thing up, okay? Use an Ernie Ball regular slinkies, 10 to 46. Good set of strings. And he wants it tuned standard. So we will set it up for that. Move this down so you can see a little better. All right, I'm going to start stringing this up. Okay, what I normally do with Les Paul style guitars, so the bridge doesn't slide around and scratch anything, I put the E strings on first, the high and the low, and that just holds the tail piece in place. Everyone does this differently. I'm not going to tell you the right way. I usually go around the post once, poke it through, and I wrap it underneath and above, and that locks it in. Actually, okay. So it's strung up. I don't cut these until the very end to make sure I don't need to take the strings back off or anything like that. And we're gonna actually raise this bridge. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and get it in tune. And from there, we will set the action and the intonation. Here. Okay, so we have a little problem here. The nut slots on 2 strings, on the A string and the B string, are too low. So you can hear that. That one's shot especially. And there's no way I can get the action good with that. So we have a couple options. Replacing the entire nut. Or I think I can save him a little bit by building it up. And you know what? I'll just show you guys how to do that. We'll see if it works. Let's slide this down, and I'll show you a little trick. Hang on here. Okay, so try to save him a little bit of money. We're going to build these up. First thing I'm going to do is just take the string out. Get a little bit of tape. Put some on each side. And this one's really low. But this generally works, and you know, it'll save him from having to buy a new nut. And now, if he, obviously I check with him, if he wants that, we can do it, but I think this will work out fine. It looks better on white nuts as opposed to black nuts, but let's see. Just see how it works, and then see if I can color it in some. All right, so this is how you do it. And you just take a little bit of baking soda. I mean, very little bit. Just going to take a pinch. Place it right in that slot. And then in this slot. Figure it out. I don't want it to fill it completely. Mostly. The more I fill it, the more I'll have to file. And then just take a drop of super glue. Put it right in there. Wipe off the excess. And I'm not sure why it does it, but it hardens like concrete. I think I'm going to need just a tiny bit more in here. Let's just check. I want to check this B string. Looks good though. There we go. Yep. And it, like I say, it works pretty well instantly. Let me see if I got enough in the A string. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to have to color it. If you get it in there good enough, you don't have to. It's kind of hard to. Ah, there we go. All right. So I'm going to check and see how tall that is now. Need just a little bit of filing. Check, see how tall this one is. Yeah. So now they're just a little tall, which is what I want. That's fine. Get my nut files. You want to be careful. It's not going to need much. So just do a little at a time. All I'm going to do is just what you see. Lightly and slowly file it. That's just about it. Always want to file at an angle. going back towards the headstock. I think that'll be it right there. And again, just do it a little at a time. That's about perfect. All right, I'm going to do the same with this one. All right, that's probably pretty close. Almost there. All right, as I'm looking, I'm going to have to put a little bit in the E string too. The high E. It's just a little low. I mean, it works, but I don't feel great about it. So we're just going to build it up just a tiny bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm barely using any. And one tiny little drop. There you go. And then immediately wipe off the excess. I think the other strings. This G is awfully close. I think it's going to be okay. All right, let's put this E in here and see how it does. That's better. I honestly think it needs a tiny bit more. I'd rather have a little too much. So I can always file it down. Second, wipe off that excess. And it dries almost immediately for some reason. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let's tune this up again and see where we're at. I think we're pretty close. Let's check this out. I think I need a little bit on this D string. I don't know if someone had cut this maybe in the past for heavier strings, but we're going to put just a tiny bit in there. It's just a little noisy. Again, just almost nothing. Okay. All right, that sounds better already. Yep. We'll just cut this one just a tiny bit. All the other ones are filed already. Won't need much. It's almost there. Let's see. Probably it right there. Almost. Let's see here. I'm gonna just cut it a tiny bit more. It's really good where it is, but I want it to match all the other strings as perfectly as I can because I'm a little anal. I think that's it. I think that's That is it. I'm honestly one more little bit of filing. Yep, okay, that's it. Let's tune it up. All right, I'll have to raise the action just a little. Just fine. Let's see here. You know what? I don't know. Let's check the neck relief. That's about where I like it right there. All right, so we're going to check the neck relief now. Going to adjust it just a tad. Should be us. And give it a little bit of relief, actually. Let's see how that does. All right, so I think we have got everything adjusted. The action seems great. The playability is fantastic. Let's check the intonation. Go ahead and cut these strings off too, because they are driving me nuts. They're driving me nuts. All right, I feel like we're pulling this guitar back from the grave. It just needed some love. Okay, so let's I'll pull this up here so you can see. check the intonation. Oh, that's good. I did move the intonation. I moved the saddles a little by eye, just a couple of them, which sometimes I'm pretty good at that. He is a little off. So. I mean, it's less than a cent, though. It's not bad. Sorry, you can probably hear the dogs of thunder outside. They do get a little barky. We're almost there. All right, so everything is intonated. All right, we're in good shape. All right, guitar works great. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Rock on. Love one another.